When in doubt, call on God. It sounds so simple, but putting it into practice isn't. We're told in Psalms 50, call on me in the day of trouble, and I will rescue you. Jeremiah 33 even says, call to me, and I will answer you, and I will tell you great and mighty things. You see, God is in all places at all times. He's not a God that comes and goes. He's ever present. You'll never call on God and hear him say, I'm on my way. I'll be there soon. God is our past, present, and future. Just ask Daniel. When he was thrown in the lion's den, who was there? Ask Moses. When he saw the burning bush, when he stood in front of the Red Sea, who was there? Ask David. When he looked up to see a giant standing tall before him, who was there? It was God. He's there all the time. If I am to ask you even now, look at your past. Can you not see God's hand? That relationship that you knew was no good for you. That job that drained the life out of you. That night when the worst could have happened, but it never did. You can't tell me God hasn't been with you. It was God. The truth of the matter is, we're really not waiting on God. Most of the time, he's waiting on us. He's waiting on us to believe that when he said in Jeremiah, I know the plans I have for you. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. He meant it. He's waiting on us to believe that when he said, do not fear, for I am with you. I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. He meant that. When he said, whatever you ask for in prayer, believe that you have received it and it will be yours. These are promises. Promises are there waiting, just waiting on us to believe. Believe his word that there's a way out for you when there seems to be no way. There is provision and restoration. There is a miracle waiting for you. So call on God. When in doubt, call on God. How many times do we run to a friend first when we're facing something? How many times do we run to other people for help, for guidance, for comfort? When you come across your giant, when you come across a Goliath, as we all do at some stage of our lives, when you're in that situation where you don't know whether or not you can make it, call on God. He gives strength to the weak, hope to the hopeless, comfort to the hurt. And so I want you to realize that God is never too far away. He never sleeps nor slumbers. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son. Why? So that he could be there. So that we could call on him, and he knows what pain feels like. He knows what tiredness feels like. He knows what hurting feels like. Hold on to the promises that were given in his word. Call on him for healing. Call on him in the day of trouble. Call on him when you're in despair. And he says it there in Jeremiah 33, verse 3. Call on me, and I will answer you. But don't just call on him during the bad times. Call on him when everything in your life is good too. When your family's healthy. When your marriage is still strong. When the money's still coming in. Call on him to say thank you.